With Batman vs Superman very close to release at the cinema, I was wondering, how many times have these two heroes had an adventure together, or a ruck? So with just some poor memories and very little to no research whatsoever, I thought I'd take you through when the Dark Knight took on the Man of Steel. Spoilers, maybe?
Day versus night.
You're psychotic.
Surely Superman would just rip off Batman's head with one punch. Let's find out. It's the 1940s. World Fair Comics released an issue with both Batman and Superman on the front cover. Between them stood a rather odd-looking Robin. However, the issue never actually had a storyline with the two characters in it together. They were just on the front cover. If we jump to the 1950s, we see the pair take a cruise together. In this story from the Superman comics, Clark Kent is tired and worn out from being a super alien human Superman and takes a cruise. Bruce Wayne, who is also tired, takes a cruise as well. It's the same cruise. They end up sharing a cabin and a bed. Why didn't billionaire Bruce Wayne just use his own boat? I'm sure he has one. Anyway, a diamond thief shows up and the two of them end up teaming up together and getting the diamond back, one assumes. In a later comic, the two of them fight some guys who have discovered the kryptonite on Earth, and after Superman, his identity is about to be revealed, but Batman steps in and saves the day. Literally, Batman and Superman swap costumes. That's how the day is saved, and that's pretty much that storyline. In the 1960s, Composite Superman flies into town. So Composite Superman is half Batman and half Superman, literally stitched together, and he has some random powers. The origin of this character was basically a cleaner in a superhuman museum touches an artifact of Superman's. At the same time, there's a lightning strike, and he gets superhuman powers. So, still in the 60s, we see the two heroes are shot with a Kryptonian evolution beam, and for some reason de-evolve into a cave Superman and a prehistory Batman. Very strange indeed. After that, they have kids, not them together, but Batman has a kid and Superman has a kid, and both the kids are horrible, I guess. In the 70s, Batman and Superman had to fight themselves as robots, and at some point they switched powers as well. So Superman basically became a man, and Batman had the flight and the heat vision and the strength, etc., etc. At some point, the dimensional realms all crashed together, and every timeline and universe in the DC comics came together, and once again Batman met Superman for the first time, but this time Batman is a little bit of a dickhead, and he's taken on by Superman because Superman obviously doesn't like vigilantes. Then we come to the Dark Knight Returns. We see a Batman versus Superman in probably the most famous battle. Old Batman, who's been retired for some time, comes back into play. Superman is called in to stop him because he's been a bit of a vigilante again, going around killing people. They have a massive fight, and Superman, obviously fighting old Batman, is going to win. So Batman has built a Batsuit power armor, and he plugs himself into the city's electricity and face shock Superman with electrical gauntlets, which is pretty cool actually.
Bruce, be reasonable. You know what my orders are.
Your orders?
Superman gets a kryptonite arrow in the face, and at the end of this storyline, I think Batman has a heart attack or fakes a heart attack so that the status quo is back to normal and they can go about their general business. Anyway, Batman and Superman meet up to take on the Joker. This time the Joker has beaten Robin to death and he now works for the government or something. Batman wants revenge. Obviously, Robin is dead. Superman's like, you can punch him in the face, it's fine. Jump forward to the early 90s, and Superman takes a trip to the future. He sees a post-apocalyptic world destroyed by nuclear weapons, and Lois Lane is dead. He is also the world's most wanted man because he's taken out mankind's weaponry, and Batman once again shows up with some power armor to kill him. There is a time-traveling adventure with these characters. They go from fighting Hitler in the Second World War to fighting a robot Lex Luthor in the 30th century. So that's pretty good. Poison Ivy shows up at some point and infects Superman with her poison ivy. He goes mad, and Batman takes a kryptonite ring to his face. In the story Red Sun, Superman's pod lands in Russia and not America. He grows up to be a Russian soldier, still with his Superman powers, but working for the Red Army. Batman in this comic is also Russian, but he just has a silly hat on. And they fight. And just like in The Dark Knight Returns, Batman has a heart attack, but this time it's because there's a bomb in his chest. Don't know. There's a Justice League story where Lex Luthor kills off all the Justice League members because Batman has made some plans on how to kill each member, because obviously, why wouldn't you? So Lex steals these plans. Batman saves the day, but he's banished because, obviously, there is an alternate reality where Batman becomes Kryptonite Man, and he basically beats the living daylights out of Superman. Batman vs Superman versus Alien vs Predator. Yes, that happened. There's a recent storyline that sees the Batman take on Scarecrow. Scarecrow gasses him with his neurotoxin stuff, and it makes him really super strong and mad like the Hulk. Superman throws him through a building, and then, being able to punch with the power of infinity, I guess, he hits Batman full in the face, making Batman back to normal. And now, jump forward to now, we are getting Batman vs Superman live action on the telly, on the cinema screen, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Please do click that like button if you did, and don't forget to also subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one and others, of course. You can find me on Twitter at Strider Games, and I'm somewhere on Facebook /Strider Games, facebook.com/Strider Games. Please come and join me next time. See you round.